Hello, my name is David and I work for Cumbernauld Living Landscape. So today we're going to be going on a mini beast safari where we'll be looking under Deadwood because it is cold and wet out there today, but we're still likely to find some mini beasts under logs, bits of grass, stones. So plenty of places to look still. But first, before we go out, we need to make sure that we are following some precautions. So first of all, when you're going out, if you lift up anything or look under stuff, you need to make sure that you're putting them back where you found it. So if that you roll over a log, stick it back where you found it. We also need to make sure once we're finished today, we need to wash our hands, keep our hands nice and clean. It might be good to wear a pair of gloves if you're going out, maybe some garden gloves if you're lifting stuff to look in. Also, any bugs or anything that you find, it's fine to have a look at them. Try not to handle them too much because, as I say, they will be a bit cranky because they will be quite cold, they won't be moving as much. So once you've had a good look at them, just put them back where you found them, maybe even take a picture so you can go back and identify them further. Right, and so those are the few rules today. Now, without further ado, we're going to get on to some of the videos that we've taken today. We also have some pictures as well, and yeah, really excited for you guys to see it. So yeah, let's go on with it.
So what we've got here is a woodlouse. So these guys, they have 10 legs and they're related to crabs. So there's been speculation that they actually taste just like crabs, but that's actually false. Apparently they taste quite bad. So yeah, these guys, they live in amongst deadwood and they love munching on the kind of decaying wood and dirt for nutrients. This guy here is probably pretty cold, so that's why he's just kind of staying still. He won't move until he warms up a bit, maybe, or come out at night as well. But he'll be kind of rustling in amongst all this decaying matter. So these guys are really, really cool. They've got lots of cool names. Yeah, and here's another one over here as well. Just kind of chilling out underneath all this deadwood. So what we found here is something really, really cool, something we don't usually see. They're usually tucked away. I came across this when I was on my walk. Somebody yeah, this bit of deadwood had been split open. But what you see in here is actually a beetle grub. Probably a ground beetle grub. He's all white. He's got a wee brown head. You can see he's got lots of wee legs there. So beetles have got 6 legs, they're insects. They've got 2 pincers. For their mouth parts, and that's what helps them break apart stuff. This guy, he's just chilling out at the moment, probably wait until he takes another goes to another stage of his metamorphosis. So just like butterflies, beetles they go through what's called complete metamorphosis. So they go from a egg, then a larva, then they go to a cocoon stage, and then they become a fully grown beetle. So this guy doesn't have like his wings or anything like that. Ground beetles, we might come across them on our travels today. They are usually quite fast and they come out at night. So this guy here, he looks like he's quite sleepy, so I might just pop him back. But always, if you spot any of these wee guys just kind of out in the open, they don't really like being out in the open, so just put them away. It's kind of underneath all the kind of leaf litter and within the logs. You can actually see some of these guys have actually made like wee holes into the logs as well. I can't see any in this, but I would at the moment. But yeah, you can see he's trying to retreat in. I'm probably disturbing him. So yeah, ground beetle larva, pretty cool as well. So yeah, I'll pop him back just where he was and cover him up. So here is a ground beetle of some sort. He is moving about over here. Accidentally stumbled across this guy, spotted him. He must be a bit drowsy. He's trying to rouse himself. You can see he is a beetle. He's got 6 legs. He's got a T shape, so his back wings are called as elytra. That's the kind of hardened outer shell of his wings, but you can see that this guy, over evolutionary time, his wings have actually, they're of no use anymore because he does just dwell on the ground. So this guy usually comes out hunting at night. You can see it's pretty typical. You can see his antennae starting to come out as well, so you get a better view of him. But yeah, these guys are black as well, just to try and give them a bit more camouflage in amongst all the rotten wood that you see around about here. But yeah, these guys are really cool. Look at the kind of amazing venation in the back of his wings. You can see there's his antennae there popping out. I've seen these before. There's his legs, you can see, so he's going to try and get back to cover, so we'll let him be and we'll stop annoying him. Goodbye. So what we've got here is something that's pretty common. We all kind of commonly know this is a wriggly worm or earthworm. These things are great for the environment. They like breaking down all our kind of waste materials and dead wood, leaf litter, and within the earth. They help aerate the earth as well by creating tunnels all the way through it, and they do this for free. So these guys are great. They've got lots and lots of segments. I don't know if you can see it in my rubbish camera, but you can also tell which one's the head and which one's the tail by what's known as the saddle, which you can't see in this guy very well because he's quite young, but usually the saddle's up near the head, and that's where their kind of reproductive organs are. But yeah, so contrary to popular myth, if you chop a worm in half, both halves won't survive. It's only the bit of the saddle, but please don't do that. These worms are really good. These worms are also under threat by an invasive species called the New Zealand flatworm, which has come over from New Zealand. It's an invasive species. It came over in garden plants from there. So these flatworms follow these worms down their holes and they digest them with enzymes, so they become liquid. So we need to look after earthworms and try and destroy any New Zealand flatworms that we see. But yeah, he's really cool. So yeah, this guy will go bigger and bigger and bigger, and then he'll go back into the earth, but he's just hiding under here for a wee bit of shelter, so I'll put him back when I'm not disturbing him. So it's getting a bit wetter, but this is something else that I've found in that same bit of deadwood. You can see these, I'm not too sure what species they belong to, but there's some type of spider eggs. You can actually see the webbing in there trapping all these in a sack. So you might not spot some of the animals that you want to spot here, but you can see some evidence of where they've been. And here we've got it right here in these spider eggs. So yeah, pretty cool. So what I've got here is something pretty wriggly, but you can just about make it out. This is a centipede. So how can I tell that's a centipede? So if you kind of look at its segments, you can see that it's got one pair of legs for each segment on its body, as opposed to a millipede that has two pairs to each segment. So these guys are predators. They hunt kind of slower animals. These guys have got a pretty nasty bite, so you better watch out when you get close to them. You can also see on his back there, he's got some long kind of strands. So that's just to pretend that's a fake head, so if something comes up to bite him, he'll bite the bum before it bites the head, and he'll get away surviving. You can see he's got these long feelers, and that helps him feel his way about the world. They've got really poor eyesight, if any at all. As you can see, he's I found this guy kind of hiding under there as well, so he's pretty lively one. Usually you'd think they'd be a bit slower, so I'm watching out so he doesn't bite me. But yeah, very, very cool centipedes. Really old creatures. Back 300 million years ago, when Scotland was swamps in the Carboniferous, these guys could grow to about 2 meters long because the world had a lot more oxygen back then. But look at them now, they're still pretty fearsome predators. You can get pretty massive ones in the rainforest, but they're always something really cool to come across in our wild spaces. So I'll just let this guy get away. There he's going. Right, see you later, goodbye. Kind of coming to the end of our journey now, but you can look here, just about make out this wee millipede. So this guy is very small. He's no bigger than my pinky nail. He is pretty tiny. So this is a millipede, it's not a centipede. These guys are leaf eaters, so they eat all the kind of detritus, so all the kind of dirt and leaves and little bits of wood. They break it down. You can see he's got two wee feelers at the top of his head, and you can see their legs go in this almost like a wave-like motion. They've got two pairs of legs to each segment of their body, compared to the centipede we saw earlier on that has one pair of legs to each segment of its body. So these guys are one of the first animals ever to walk on land, millions and millions of years ago. Ancient lineage, and they're really cool. They'll roll up into a wee ball to defend themselves from anybody that's eating them. So usually they just need to heat up a bit like all the other guys. But yeah, look how cool they are. Awesome. The wee feelers, he's still feeling his way around. You've always got to just be gentle when you're feeling these guys, or you're getting them in your hands. Don't hold them for too long, because they will be a wee bit stressed, so just pop them right back where you found them. So yeah guys, thank you very much, and that's us for us wild Sunday. I wish hopefully we can get back out with you guys soon. So see you all later. Goodbye.